Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here, bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and building the LGM-30G Minuteman. The LGM-30 Minuteman is an American land-based intercontinental ballistic missile, known as an ICBM, in service with the Air Force Global Strike Command. As of 2023, the LGM-30G Minuteman III version is the only land-based ICBM in service in the United States and represents the land leg of the U.S. nuclear triad, along with the Triton II submarine-launched ballistic missile and the nuclear weapons carried by long-range strategic bombers. Development of the Minuteman began in the mid-1950s, with basic research indicating that a solid-fuel rocket motor could stand ready to launch for long periods of time, in contrast to liquid-fueled rockets that required fueling before launch and so might be destroyed in a surprise attack. The missile was named for the colonial Minutemen of the Revolutionary War, who could be ready to fight on short notice. The Minuteman III came out in 1970. It was the first deployed ICBM with multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles, known as MIRVs. 3 small warheads that improved the missile's ability to strike targets defended by the ABMs, which were Soviet anti-ballistic missile systems. They were initially armed with the W-62 warhead with a yield of 170 kilotons. By the 1970s, 1,000 Minuteman missiles were deployed. This force has shrunk to 400 Minuteman III missiles as of September 2017. They are deployed in missile silos around Maelstrom Air Force Base, Minot Air Force Base, and Francis E. Warren Air Force Base. The Minuteman III is progressively being replaced by the new ground-based Strategic Deterrent ICBM to be built by Northrop Grumman beginning in 2030. So yeah, the Minuteman III missile here, a huge important part of military hardware, as this is the main strike and deterrence weapon of the United States military. Basically, if nuclear missiles are fired at us, this is what's going to go back at you. So it's a pretty interesting build, and really we don't do too many rockets on the channel, so it's always kind of fun to do another one of these, as they're kind of fun. There's definitely some cool aspects to them, and I've always found rockets to be pretty interesting. Those of you that do remember my Titan II missile that I built, you'll remember how big that missile was. This one here is really small in comparison. If we just kind of go ahead and take a look to the side here, you can see just how big the Titan II is in comparison. It just goes to show you just how far technology has come, where this missile is even more deadlier than this one and half the size. So really cool stuff there, and I had a really fun time building this one and putting it together. Before we go ahead and jump in and take a look at the build, I do want to go ahead and give thanks to the commissioner of this build, Z-Pro Warfare. If you guys are interested in commissioning a build in the future, feel free to send me an email at garrett2x4@gmail.com. And yeah, just ask me if you want me to build something, and we can discuss pricing and all that stuff, options for you. But really look forward to hopefully working with you guys some more on some commission projects. But with that, let's go ahead and dive in here and take a look at this missile. So getting started with, we have obviously 2 versions of the missile, as you can see. So I have one where I actually separate the different stages of the missile, which is really cool and perfect for those of you that want to kind of have a little bit more playability with your missile. And then I also have the missile here just kind of fully intact, as it would be in a silo. So we'll be going ahead and covering both these versions in this tutorial, so you'll be able to kind of have some fun and have some different variants or whatever of this missile that you want going on. But kind of diving into the stage 1 a little bit more, because this one's kind of the more interesting one. We'll start at the bottom. We have our stage 1, which is your kind of largest rocket. Your most propellant is going to be coming from this. It's going to get you up there in the pretty high atmosphere, and then the rest of these boosters are just going to get you where you need to go. So then we have our second stage here, and then you have your third stage, and then has like a coupling ring that separates, and then you have your actual device that carries your 3 warheads, and your 3 warheads would separate from this point here after the cone came off. So pretty cool overall in terms of its design. We even have like the little panels that would break off. So basically kind of where these green highlights are is where those panels break off. So just kind of a cool little way to tell that color wise. But anyways though, let's go ahead and dive into the tutorial. Like I said, we're going to be going ahead and start with our missile just fully intact, and then we'll be working on the different stages from there. So with that, let's move into our missile. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started with building our missile all together. Now to go ahead and get started with this, we're going to be going ahead and going to the bottom here. We're going to place down basically 4 of these polished, or not really even polished, just these deep slate blocks. They're going to go ahead and kind of go around in a diamond shape like that. We're going to go ahead and then drop down to below these here, and we're going to go ahead and then grab some item frames. Now, depending on how you want this to be set up, you can put your item frames here. You can put orange stained glass or something to show the rocket being on, or if you want to just have it turned off like I'm going to, we're going to have the black stained glass in that space instead, which works good at just going ahead and, you know, making them look a little bit more engine-like. So that right there is basically all you need to do for that. This middle space here, we are going to go ahead and fill in. We are going to place down another brick wall in the middle there of that. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our green concrete, and we're going to go ahead and do a kind of cross shape above that, and then mossy cobblestone walls to the sides. We're going to do the same thing up one more time. Like that. Then we want to go ahead and take our gray concrete, and we're going to do another kind of plus sign here, and we're going to go ahead and then place down some polished blackstone walls in the corners. From this, we're going to go ahead and basically take this up. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we're going to go ahead and basically, again, just take this all up by 13. So we're going to go ahead and kind of speed this up here, but go ahead and just bring everything up 13 blocks. And once we have that brought up like that, that's how it should look. And again, we'll get a count here, and this should be 13 blocks from this one here to that first gray right there. After we have that done, we're going to take our green terracotta. We're going to go and do a row of 3 here. Or not row 3, but just a cross shape here again. And we're going to do the same thing going up one more. We're going to place down mossy cobblestone walls here in the corners. And then we just want to go and grab some green stained glass and place them in the corners. After that, we're going to place down a green terracotta block in the center, and then a mossy cobblestone wall to the sides, and then a green stained glass pane between those mossy cobblestone walls. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some polished diorite. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 polished diorite blocks up the center, and we're going to go ahead and place down white stained glass panes, or rather actually, sorry, diorite walls on the sides of those blocks. So again, just diorite walls going all the way up along the side of the polished diorite. And we're also going to place down white stained glass panes in the spaces here between those walls. After that, we're going to take our green terracotta, and we're going to go ahead and then place down 2 blocks up. We're going to go ahead and basically follow the same outline we did before. So 2 mossy cobblestone walls up along the sides, and then in these corners here, 2 green stained glass panes. So like that. Then up on top here, we're going to go ahead and place down our gray concrete. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3. And we then want to go ahead and grab our polished blackstone walls. We're going to place down 3 walls up. And in the corners here, we're going to place down gray stained glass panes. Then grabbing our polished diorite, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks up. On the very top here, we're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull. And then taking our polished diorite, we're going to place down 2 polished diorite walls up on the base here. 2 white stained glass panes in the corners. Then going up from this, we're going to place down another 2 white stained glass panes going up. And then again, white stained glass panes in these corners. And then we're just going to go ahead and grab ourselves some iron trapdoors, and we're going to place them around the second from top polished andesite block, or polished diorite block, and we're going to then take our debug stick here, which can be obtained by typing the command /give @p Minecraft :debug_stick. So this command here, press enter, will give you this glowing stick. What you can do is you can left click this till you get selected open. Should say false. We'll right click this, set this to true, and it'll lay flat against the side there to form the tip of the missile. Now, if you are not on Java, you can use birchwood trapdoors as an alternative, but again, those trapdoors are going to be pretty helpful in trying to get this shape a little bit better. After that's all done, though, the last thing we have to do here is we're going to take zombie heads, and we're going to start from this mossy cobblestone wall, so that first green section here, and we're going to place down zombie heads all the way down the side here of the missile. And it's going to go all the way down to the bottom, and including the green portion, or actually, sorry, disregarding that green portion on the bottom. So that's going to go all the way up the side of the missile, like so. And once you have that done, that's your fully intact Minuteman III missile. And with that, we'll be going ahead and now diving into the different stages. Alrighty guys, so at this point of the tutorial, we'll be going ahead and now working on our various stages. We have stage 1, 2, and 3. Now, at any point through these stages, if you want to have the missile kind of still intact, so let's say you get to stage 2 and you want the rest of the missile all together on top, you can just refer back to that solid design that we have over there, and basically where this white ends right here, that is where you're going to build up from there. So you'll start with the green, and you can build the rest of the missile going up from that point. So there are definitely a lot of ways you can kind of configure this missile. You can have it fully apart like I do for display, or you can really do a lot of cool stuff with it. But for the general consensus, if you're having this kind of in a scene where it's being fired, you're most likely going to have this broken off in different stages and the rest of the missile intact above it. So just keep that in mind going forward. That's something you can do. But we're going to be starting with our first stage here, stage 1. Now, stage 1 is going to contain these little side skirts that break off around the bottom. As you can see, that green represented there on our solid model. And it's just going to be basically this first tank with our boosters. So let's get started. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be going ahead and building our 4 engines. So we're going to be using some deep slate tile slabs like that in a kind of diamond shape. In the middle of those, we are going to go ahead and place down a red nether brick wall. And then going ahead and going underneath these, we're going to place down item frames like so. And we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some black stained glass panes, and we're going to place those in the item frames. So it's going to basically create our boosters there on the bottom. Now above the boosters, we're going to go ahead and place down anvils on top of those blocks. And then we're going to place down deep slate tile walls on top of the anvils. And those are going to create your engines there. After we have that done, above this, we're going to go ahead and grab our gray concrete. And we're going to place down a row of 3, and then 1 each side, so you basically have this cross shape. We're going to go up from this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up, so a total of 13 gray concrete, and we're going to go ahead and take each one of these gray concrete blocks up as well. So it'll look like that, and then we're just going to take our polished black stone walls and fill in the corner spaces here like this all the way up. And just like that, we have that done, and stage 1 is complete with a polished blackstone slab on top there to go ahead and create that. And that is pretty much stage 1. One thing also is the zombie heads on the sides of this. This is brought up all the way along the side, just on one side, so whichever one you want to choose. But these zombie heads are going to go all the way up, and they're going to stop right there at that top block like that. Also, if you do want to get a little bit more fancy as well, you can also do the side skirts breaking off. So all I did for this is I went ahead and skipped basically kind of 2 spaces diagonal like this out to the side. I went ahead and placed down a glass pane going diagonal from those blocks, mostly cobblestone wall in the corners, and then just kind of brought this up one more to create those side skirts kind of breaking off. And you'll just do the same thing around all 4 corners here of this to show the skirt breaking off. Again, it's not a major detail you have to include, but just something fun, I guess, if you're trying to show some rocket separation mid-stage or something like that. So, mid-separation. So, pretty cool stuff. That's it for stage 1, and we'll be going ahead and diving on to stage 2. Again, anything basically above this black line, so this green section up, you can go ahead and also include if you want to have basically stage 1 kind of, still attacked to the rest of the missile. Anyways though, let's go ahead and continue on up to stage 2. So moving into our next rocket stage, we have stage 2. Stage 2 is going to be this mid section here. We have this white full section, a little bit of a giant booster on the bottom there, and obviously this separation here of this green around kind of the midsection there. So to get started with this, we have our deep slate, and if you kind of want to have a position like I do for display purposes, I have 2 blocks of space, well, technically 2.5 going up from that slab. So that's just kind of how I went ahead and started. Again, if you want to have it displayed like mine. Anyways, though, we're going to go ahead and place down a light gray stainless, just normal gray stainless paint on 2 sides of this. So just 2 sides. Doesn't really matter too much, but we're going to go ahead and do the side basically kind of in line with our zombie heads. So glass paint on this side and on the opposite side. Then we're going to go and drop down from those glass panes. We're going to place down a deep slate tile wall, and then a gray stainless pane coming off those walls. And in between the glass panes, we're going to place down a deep slate wall. So it's going to look like that there. We're going to go then place down an anvil on top of these two walls. And then we're going to place down wither skeleton skulls going toward the side that's toward the zombie heads. Then on the other side here, we're just going to go ahead and place down some iron bars behind those anvils. So it's going to look like that there for that booster. We're going to go ahead and go to the top of the anvils and this full block. We're going to place down a row of 3 of diorite and then one on top of each one of these glass panes. And then we just want to go ahead and go up 6 more blocks, or sorry, 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of 6. We're going to go ahead and place down our polished diorite going up along the sides of it. Again, 5 up, so a total of 6. And then in the corners, we're going to go ahead and place down diorite walls. So, like that. And that's going to wrap up the kind of main body of the stage. And then on the very top here, to finish off, we're just going to place down a polished blackstone slab and a dark oak trapdoor around the sides of that slab. So it'll look like that up on top there. And after that is all done, we can go ahead and also throw on the zombie heads on this side. So make sure it's, on the same side here. We're going to place down our zombie heads on the side of that going up as well. And then if you want to go ahead and show the stage separation, we can also do that. Again, all I went ahead and did for this is I went ahead and built a block kind of at an angle out to the side there like so. And then I placed down a green stained glass pane, or actually, sorry, this time a mossy cobblestone wall kind of out to the side from it. I went ahead and then dropped down. I placed down a glass pane underneath it and then one out to the sides away from the missile. And then from those glass panes, I dropped down a mossy cobblestone wall and then one green stained glass pane in between them to kind of show that slanted green portion. And again, you can do the same thing around all 4 sides of the missile to again show those panels separating from the missile itself. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did for that. And again, you can do that to all 4 sides there. So that separation between stage 1 and stage 2. With that though, we'll be going ahead and jumping into kind of our final stage here, which is stage number 3. So our last final stage we're going to be working on is stage 3. Technically, these are a couple different stages, all kind of combined, or realistically, they're all different stages. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and combine this all as stage 3 for the sake of just making things easier. Now, what we're going to start with is we're going to go ahead and start with our polished, or rather, sorry, deep slate tile block here. This is going to be, again, 2.5 blocks up from that slab. Again, if you want to have your missile set up like I do. We're going to go ahead and place down a glass pane, gray stained glass pane around the sides there like so. And dropping down from the glass panes, we're going to place down a deep slate wall. So, just like that. And then we're going to place down a gray stained glass pane between those walls like that. After you have that done, we're going to take our gray concrete. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3 blocks. And then we want to go ahead and take our polished blackstone walls and we're going to place them along those blocks. And actually, it's only going to be 2 blocks up, but it's going to be 3 walls around the sides. Just like that. And then in the spaces here between those walls, we're going to place down gray stained glass panes. And in the middle here, we're just going to place down a skeleton skull like that. And that is going to create your 3rd stage there. Now, after that is done, we're going to go ahead and then go up from this. And we're going to go ahead and set up our separation ring. I think it's called the joint separation ring, technically. Joint stage separation. Something like that. Or avionics shroud. Something like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and basically skip a space up from it. So I have a space of 1 between it and this. And it's just a polished diorite block with diorite walls around it and white stained glass panes in the corners there. So again, really simple stuff there, pretty easy. Then we have the this missile guidance system, I guess, which is what mounts all the missiles together, or I should say the warheads really. But this is going to be, again, we're going to go up a space, place down a polished andesite block, andesite walls to the sides of it, and then we're going to place down light gray stained glass panes in it, or in between those walls like that. Then on top of these, we're going to go and set up our missiles. So pretty straightforward. We're just going to place down a gray concrete block here, polished blackstone wall, and a wither skeleton skull on top. And the same thing will be done here. We'll just place down our gray concrete as well, our polished blackstone walls, and our wither skeleton skulls. So it kind of goes on top there. It's not perfect. You can also move the gray concrete back here as well. Unfortunately, just with the way Minecraft is and how this thing is supposed to be set up, it's a little difficult to get it actually proper to what it would look like. But it would kind of be something like that, and those would be your warheads that'd be situated at the top of the missile. And the very last thing we have here is the kind of over the top cone here on top. So again, we're going to kind of go up space above these wither skeleton skulls. I'm going to go and skip one more up. We're going to place down our diorite walls around it, this block like so. And then we're going to place down white stained glass panes in the spaces between there. We're going to place down our diorite block in the middle, white stained glass panes all the way around, like so. Another diorite wall going up, white stained glass pane on the sides of the diorite block. Two more diorite blocks going up. On this first one here, we're going to place down iron trapdoors around it. We'll be going ahead and using our debug stick, which can be obtained by using the following command, /give app minecraft:/debug_stick. Pressing enter will give you this glowing stick here, and you can left click this trapdoor so you get selected open false, right click this and you can actually close it like so. And then lastly on top here, we're just going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull on the very top there to go ahead and complete that. But that right there is the missile broken down in the third stage, and the last thing here is going to be the panels that would blow off. And again, we're just going to go ahead and basically go from this glass pane here. We're just going to go ahead and build out at an angle. We're going to go ahead and place down a glass pane and a mossy cobblestone wall to the sides. And we're just going to go ahead and bring this down a notch like that. And that's all you need to do for the doors there, or the panels there. Really simple stuff, and you can go ahead and do it for all four sides. But anyways, though, that's going to do it for our different stages. Stage 3 complete, and our broken down missile here with the different stages. That overall is going to complete my tutorial here for the LGM-30G Minuteman III Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be anything from a sign of the build to link to my channel or this video if this does appear in any social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. And that though, again, a big special thanks to our commissioner of this build, Z Pro Warfare. And if you guys are interested in commissioning a build for yourselves, definitely feel free to reach out to me at my email, garrett2x4@gmail.com, for any inquiries into commissioning a build. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.